I'm here on the BioVex Ranger boat with Josh Douglas and Corey Brant, who have won the North American Bass Circuit Minnetonka tournament. Now guys, I know you've got a big tournament coming up, so you don't want to give away all the juice, but I'll tell you what, it won't be online until afterwards. So if you could give us a little bit of insight on how you caught them today.
When we started out fishing some deep stuff, and we were able to put a big one in the boat right away this morning, and ran a few spots, and really, I mean, we were able to peg one off here and there, but it really wasn't coming together like we had hoped it would. We had a late boat draw, and you know, we were lucky enough that there wasn't really anybody in our area, and we fished some stuff deep. We were throwing different soft plastics and jigs and stuff like that out on the deeper stuff, and we ran around a little bit, and then about midday we had two pretty good ones. We knew they were pretty good, and we went back to an old faithful spot that for some reason just works for us, and we were able to catch two good ones in there. That was good. It was a shallow spot, and then we ran around looking for big fish and kind of wasn't going. And right when we started to get down, we went back to one of our starting spots and got two more. It was a deeper deal. And
what sort of structure or cover was key for the good ones?
This was a turn in the weed line. It just the weed line turned, and there was a spot by an island that it just turned in really nice, and we were able to get in there and make two big calls, and we knew we were sitting around 19-20 pounds, and we had to get a big one. And so we ran a bunch of big fish spots, and we ran around and fishing them nothing. Probably the last 10 minutes, my man Corey made a whopping call with a big one, and we knew we were up there.
You said on the stage that you guys culled with what, 15-20 minutes to go. You were able to cull up 2 pounds. You caught that one?
Yeah.
Were you using a bait that you'd been using all day and it just finally came through, or did you switch something up at the last minute?
It was kind of a shallow deal.
Threw a jig on a weed spot. Threw a jig in the weeds where, sometimes there's not a lot of fish there. It's not a schooling type deal. It's just a big one. And he probably made 2 little flips into that deal, and boom, and it was on, and actually jumped off right in the net right when we got it in. And
now you live in South Minneapolis, and you live in?
I live in Minnetonka, Hopkins area.
So you guys know this area of water. You fish it a lot. You fish some of the local tournaments that give you a leg up.
I'm sure, but we're fishing against the best of the best today, and especially out here, and guys that travel around. There's a lot of really good fishermen here today, enough to give me a little bit of jitters last night, I know, and this morning, and it was kind of one of those deals. And yeah, we won it, but we never won out here before, so just little club tournaments or something like that. So we've had winners on, but they didn't come in the boat, and today they all came in the boat. So
what baits were effective for you today?
Well, jigs. We threw a lot of jigs. Deep water, shallow water jigs, different soft plastics, thrown around a weightless Senko and stuff like that around. That's pretty much what we caught all of our fish on.
Now, is this your first North American Bass Circuit event?
It is. Not our last, though.
Not your last,
Not
right?
Our
I mean,
last.
this is a newer circuit. I know you used to fish some of the other the regional circuits, one of which just recently went away. Is this a nice replacement for that?
This is great. We want, Cabela's North American Fisherman, Ranger, everybody who puts together this tournament was awesome. From yesterday being out at Cabela's, that was single-handedly the nicest registration I've been to.
Definitely.
Sandwiches and stuff like that, and it's nice that they come out here. We miss those bigger circuits. We're glad they do, and kind of unfortunate we didn't fish them all, but something we have to look at next year for sure.
Now, we had a lot of Minnesota anglers on the tournament roster this week. A couple from Wisconsin, maybe a couple from Michigan. For some of the other Midwestern guys, Minneapolis isn't too far away. What would you tell those guys in Wisconsin, Michigan, that are looking for another regional circuit about this tournament circuit?
We'd love to see them come up all the way up to the biggest tournaments. We got a lot of really good fishermen that fish up here, and I know a lot of anglers like this lake. It's a fantastic fishery, and I don't know, hopefully we keep getting ones like this to come in and putting a positive spin on bass fishing like it should be, with Cabela's North American Fishermen, and it's awesome.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned for more for North American Fishing Club. I'm social media editor Greg Huff. Until next time, tight lines, everybody.
Thanks,
Good job, dude.